Let's see. I don't have my glasses. I'll have to go run and grab those in a few minutes. All right. Good evening, everybody. If you guys could give me a quick message in the chat buffer here, let me know if the sound and audio is working okay. If I need to adjust the microphone volume, I can do so. As for the picture, this is me. So let me know how it's all looking on your end. I'll make improvements as needed. Let's see, and everything sounds good. Hey, Keith, trolling for dollars. Hello. All seems good. Time to try again. Yes, yes, exactly. What a heartbreaker that was last time. So yeah, I was out and about this evening here, and I did want to get back to this and fill you guys in on what's been going on here. Keith and I have been collaborating on this. Keith keeps on making changes to this, all for the better. So big kudos to my friend Keith, who's in the chat. I try to get him on Google Hangouts or something, but he's camera shy, so he doesn't want to show his face, and he doesn't want to share his voice, so he's kind of gone Howard Hughes on me. So he's the voice behind the curtain. So there you go. Hi, Jay the Sniper. Hi, Brian. Maybe next time. Okay. So let me show you, as you guys can see in the, here's where we left off last time. Everything was going super, super well. Really, the biggest curve that had been thrown at me was the fact that the limit switch, the sensor, uses a 4-wire connector, and the TH3D plug uses a 3-wire connector. It's the JST connection. And I was having a devil of a time, only because I hadn't done it before, you know, removing those pins from that connector. And we thought that was the worst of it. And then we got everything mounted onto the gantry, and we started running the belts, and discovered rather quickly that the teardrop inserts that the belts go around was going to be a real struggle. I was not able to get that belt tight enough to fit through those little loops, and there's no way to tighten this belt on the gantry pieces, you know, on either end. So the only way you can adjust the belt to be tight is how it attaches to the carriage, and the design that we had really didn't offer us a whole lot to do that. So what happened was, I literally had this thing within 1 notch on the belt where it needed to be tight. And then what happened was the piece, the little teardrop shaped loop popped out of the back of the print. And let me share with you. Actually, the other one popped out when I removed it from the carriage. So let me get the external view here, and you can see that the inserts, this is where, where they used to be here. So those guys, actually, let me pull the camera back a little bit here. So those guys have failed and popped out. I've already removed it from the, obviously I've removed it from the printer already. So so yay, a couple of failures here. Now a couple of successes to share though. And again, I can't thank Keith enough. And Keith, I'm sorry if I'm embarrassing you, but hey, you deserve kudos. So Keith made a rear piece, the carriage, so that it mimics the exact setup that the Folger mount had. It has these little, you know, where the belt can go through and loop through, and then what we can do is we can tighten it, you know, by adding zip ties here. So as long as we can get it up and through here, we're good. So I think his design is going to work really, really well. Now, he's also added something else here too. Holy crap, the camera's focusing. How about that? Is up here up top. Okay, so he's added this. The other one here didn't have anything on top. He's added a loop over here. So what we can do is all these wires that are going up here, there's a hole here. So we have a tower where we can zip tie. Sudden HD. Oh, is the picture actually cooperating? That's awesome. Oh yeah, I'm looking at it on the external view here. Of course, if we hex it, it's going to go out of focus, so, and I'm sure that will happen. So anyway, so the modifications that Keith has made, and again, huge kudos to him, is, like I said, right here we have that tower piece, and I'll move this a little closer here, maybe if I hit the light just right. These studio lights make it really tough sometimes. So we have this tower for mounting. We have this new belt loop assembly, which he's added to the model. Now, the funny thing is I've printed many of these out on the G-Tech, and I've printed out on the Ultimaker. The prints on the Ultimaker, I've been using ColorFab Engine, which is a copolyester, a stronger material. And those prints have come out okay, but the G-Tech that I love to hate is the one that's been generating all these beautiful prints. So yeah, the $200 printer that I've modified the hell out of is the one that's giving me the outstanding prints lately. So I don't say that to endorse G-Tech by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just saying that if you put enough time, sweat, and effort into a cheap printer, you're bound to get good results. The only thing we have trouble with is we have a little bit of, let's see if I can get it here at the lighting. We have a little bit of under extrusion showing up at some spots. I think that's the extruder slipping a little bit, but the fact that it's basically perfect everywhere else, and this is using matte forge, so you can't even see the print lines on this thing. So, long story short, I printed 2 of these in case I snap one. He has the Thingiverse link available if any of you guys are contemplating making this upgrade to your FolgerTech i3 Mega. Like I said, this print, this most recent one, the resolution is at 0.2, and again, I'm using matte forge or matter forge matte black, and it's done a really good job. And strength-wise, it seems like it's okay. So what we got to do is we've got to disconnect this guy from all the connections we made and basically put the new one in. So, and there's no easy way to do this outside of just unbolting everything. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm hoping that the cameras will play nice tonight. I have the heater on down here because it is freezing, but that heater does a very good job of warming this place up here. All right. So with any luck, this will not be a super bad installation. The only thing that's going to be kind of a PITA is getting the blower fan out. But there we go. Let's camera here. All right. These are our. I just want to keep track of what. Well, actually, the cables are so short; it's hard to not know what goes to what. And in other news, my CR10 has completely failed me. The micro Swiss hot end has developed a solid clog right smack in the middle of it. So that is going to be getting upgraded to a Titan Aero as well. So the micro Swiss I had high hopes for, but I went to remove the filament and add new filament last night, and she was completely freaking clogged. All right, so let's take the new mount. Let's see. The good news is most of this stuff should come out fairly easy. Let's see. Where's all the Allen wrenches? Okay. And as always, for our entertainment, my cats have been sleeping all day. So the minute I came down here, they're acting like total imbeciles. So if you hear crashing and clattering in the background, that is being provided to you by Theodore and Molly. So the Micro Swiss, the retraction was, I was using the Filament Frenzy profile, so I have not made any changes to that profile whatsoever. I've seen a lot of posts where people said that the retraction had to be a lot higher because of that all-metal hot end. I'm seeing that in hindsight. I was not aware of that when I first put it in there. Hello guys, I'm trying to take a peek here at the buffer, JDC, Wiley, Minnesota Maker, let's see. Yeah, so I've heard a few people say, hey, clean it out, change the retraction, and do it again. And part of me is just going, if I can't trust this hot end, I think I'm just going to take it out. The micro Swiss did a really good job, but if I'm going to have to worry about that thing clogging in the future, and I mean, I got a lot of printing that's going to take multiple days that I got to do, so if I can't trust it, out it comes. I can open up Simplify 3D and tell you exactly what the retraction was set at. Let me scroll there here. Let's see, S3D, here we go. Okay, and let me move this to the secondary monitor here so you can see what I'm seeing. So let's go over here. All right, and you're asking what my retraction settings were on that device. Okay, that's the Ultimaker. And let's see. G-Tech, there it is. Filament Frenzy, EZABL. Okay, my retraction distance, let's see, was 4.1. And retraction speed was 60. So again, these are all the defaults here from the Filament Frenzy profile that has worked so well on that printer. But again, that thing right now is clogged solid. So I don't know. Oh, hey, that's us. So I'm always leery of nozzles or hot ends that are completely clogged up and trying to reuse them. Frankly, they've betrayed my trust, and I don't want to do that again. All right, let's see. Do I have the right size? Yeah. All right. This is the fun part here, because get these out. Okay, and there's going to be a nut that slides out here shortly as well. All right. So we need you to get out, like so. All right, and then of course the EZABL is attached here too, so that's gonna make this a little bit more complicated. Okay, in order to do this, I'm gonna have to unsnip all the cable here that holds in some of this stuff. But that's okay. Because frankly, well, I'm gonna say it now, and I'm certainly gonna hex myself, but my thought is that once we swap out the mount, it should not take that long. But again, how many times have we done this journey? Okay, I don't want to snip the other wires here. Alright, just trying to... Alright, so what I'm trying to do is free this up so that I can work on it without too much interference. And move over here. Alrighty, and I'm hoping that the focus is going to cooperate. Alright, so let's right now we're removing the fan duct section. But Dave Petzel, one of Keith's favorite guys here, because I know he's a big fan of the Petsfang stuff, just released a new Titan Aero for CR10 and TiVo Tornado that looks very promising. So I think that's the direction we're going to go in. All right. So I have this and this. The only thing I'm not seeing are the screws. Okay. Well, I got quite the burial ground of zip ties, though. Let's get this stuff out of the way. Yeah, that's not too important because that's all going to be coming out. I just want to make sure that any of the missing parts and pieces, because we need to reuse many of these components. Okay, there's one. So what we're going after here is we're just trying to remove all of the hardware. If it doesn't come out, I have other M3s, but it would be nice if I can get these guys out. Alright, well, I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, so we need to get this fella out. Now Keith can, I'm hoping, mention in the chat buffer the changes that he's made to the mount here. Alright. Take all these pieces out of the way as best I can. Alright, so this is here. I need to remove, what's next? What's next? Okay, so we need to get the fans off, so that's this. I'm trying to look at the buffer as often as I can here, so I apologize if you've asked me a question and I haven't addressed it. Keith is kind of our impromptu moderator here, so so there we go. So there's a fan. Okay, fan duct. We don't want to break that. Now, here's where the fun begins. So we need to get all of this stuff out and place it into this guy. So that's going to be, it's going to be very important to remember what screw goes where. So I'm going to try to lay these out because I remember how difficult it was to have all these in the right order. So, oops, my phone lit up a second ago. Let me answer that real quick. All right. Let's see. Then this one. Oh yeah, this is our Loctite one. I gotta find the Loctite again. Clearly the Loctite wasn't exactly superior. That really didn't fight me. Okay, so I'm kind of putting these in a square formation here. Hey guys, will you stop killing each other over there? So the only saving grace here is we're not going to have to mess with the hot end too much. We're just unbolting everything and bolting everything into the new mount. Alright. So this comes out. Okay. This guy comes out. Hey, come on. Will you morons go away? Yes, cats. Okay, spring. Let's try not to lose that. This guy. This guy. Alright, so pretty much one more bolt and... Oops. Oh, that guy's in there really good. And let's see, I suppose I could try to move the camera closer, but all right. So one busted mount gone. Doo-doo-doo. And time to place the new mount in place. And here we go with the grand assembly again. If this seems like deja vu, you're not alone. And let's see, let me move the mouse. And I'm trying to get the camera in a good spot here where you can kind of see what I'm doing, but I'm trying to put it in a spot where it's not exactly in the way either. So I apologize for making you seasick there for a moment. And okay, everything is lining up, so that's good news. Let me look at the buffer real quick here. Yes, Jake from State Farm. How are you? Yes, we are doing this over again. I'm sorry if you missed it at the beginning. Let me recap real quick. So what happened is at the last step of our assembly the other night, see these loops where the belt go? And what happens is these little tear ducts here were on the inserts, and they popped out when we were trying to tighten the belt. So Keith has made a new carriage, which is utilizing the exact same method as the original FolgerTech carriage for securing the belts. And he's also made numerous changes as far as the placement and location of the EZABL probe. So that's going to be very helpful. Okay, that's in there good. He's also made some additional changes to the top here has like a tower. So with all those wires coming out, we'll be able to attach to that. So yeah, this is a complete redo, and yeah, so it's not, if you're tuning in and going, didn't we just do this? What the hell day is this? Yes, but unfortunately the mount broke, so right now I'm kind of racing through the setup here of getting this all together again. All right, let's make sure our spring is in there. Let's make sure you line up in there. Okay, now we have to get the probe in there first. And I'm hoping, since we made the changes, I got a little bit more room. Oh, not really. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, so fitting the probe in here didn't get tremendously easier here. Come on, you. There we go. Now, I have more room in here because it is further away, so if we have to spin it, we can do so. I'm going to leave it right where it is at the moment because last time around it was lined up perfectly. I said perfect. Nothing's gone perfect on this build, but we're still having fun. All right. Trying to get him out of the way. Let's make sure that that is there. Okay. Boy, that really can't move a whole lot the way it's located, but it's not the biggest problem in the world. Jeez, that snapped in kind of nicely. All right, and that moves. Boy, that was quite the snapping sound. All right, now let's see if we can make these guys thread. Okay, I got a couple turns on that guy. Nope, I got a turn or two out of that one. Okay, this bottom one, you were problematic last time, so I suspect you will be again this time. Oh, there we go, you're moving. All right, and the worst one, let's clean this guy up and get some Loctite on it. And let me look at the buffer real quick. Yeah, it does look promising, doesn't it? All right, that's about as cleaned up as I can get this thing. Well, I got a lot of gunk out of it. Let's see. I got Loctite. Let's see if I can do this without making too much of a mess out of myself. Oh, you already made a firmware change? Cool. Let's see. So. Boy, no matter how I do this, I always wind up with Loctite oozing everywhere, but alright, so be it. So, with any luck, this is always the one bolt that's the worst of the bunch. And it's just spinning and spinning. Loosen the other guys here so they can bounce around a little bit here. Okay. Yeah, it's weird how this is. It only gets like a turn or two in the hole. Okay. I didn't get a whole pile of Loctite on myself, so this is a good omen. Let me look at the buffer real quick, see if I've missed anything. So now we got the fan. Let's put him on while I'm thinking of it. Let's see, Phillips is right here. So the next step is going to be trying to get the E3D, I'm sorry, TH3D, too many 3Ds, 1 millimeter. See what we have here. Hopefully the camera is going to be nice to us here. I'm trying to make sure that the difference between here and here, that the probe is 1 millimeter up. I had a spacer that I was using for that, but let's see, that should be over here. So I hope okay, so come on, you. Let's see how close you are. Now, there's not a lot of room to spin this up or down. Let's see. Well, that's kind of the catch of where we're at here. Yeah. So if it goes that way, I'll never get that set knob. It's almost like I wish we had a cutaway on that. But let me see. Let me see what happens when we tighten stuff up here real quick. Alright, now let's okay, so this thing is 1 millimeter. So ideally it would come down a little bit. Yeah, let's see, before we get too worried here, let me take one of these and see how thick this is. So this guy right here, let's see, it's about 1.3. Let's see how we are. Okay, so it's still, sorry, the camera's not at a good spot for you guys. So I'm guessing that, let me put this on top of this. Okay, and that's too much. All right, so I'm guessing we're, holy crap, I got money. $2, cool, thank you. Hey, there's coffee money. Thanks, guys. Dun, dun, dun. Hey, I appreciate that. Like I said, all the parts I've been buying lately, every donation helps, so thank you very much. I don't know if I can get that any lower. See, here's the thing, because if we spin this guy, this sensitivity setting, okay, will be, I'm trying to figure out which way here to show you guys. Well, that's what I'm trying to do. The nut is pinned in there at the very bottom against it. So that's what I was trying to do. And I'll demonstrate here. Okay, get this guy here. And yeah, see, the nut doesn't, I'm trying to get the nut to rotate, but unless I remove the entire Aero, that nut, yeah, see, it's boxed in. I don't know if you can see that way. Yeah, she's right up against the metal here. She's touching the metal on one side and inside the mount on the other. So the only thing I can do, well, I mean, it's under 2 millimeters, so I think the sensor should be okay. It'll be a little tricky getting into that screw no matter what we do. So the heat sink, well, heck, remember when I was all excited about getting that Loctite in there? Okay, so the fan is definitely going to be going on last here. And here's the kick. Like I said, we literally need to gain, like, 0.3 millimeters. So we're talking like, maybe a partial turn here. So okay. I'd say that Loctite was working. Alright, let's put you guys down here. Okay. So to go further down, we need to spin you like a turn right there. Okay. And let's get all of these guys out again. let's make sure everything's lined up on this side. Need to see this. Ugh. All right. This takes a lot of fingers to get just right. Stay in place. I'm telling you, that cat is right on the verge of not coming down for dinner in the morning. Did you finally seat? You did finally seat. Okay, before we go crazy bolting anything back together, there's my spacer. Okay, I'm happy that that's touching the way it's supposed to. So, we're going to call that good. Is that a little lock washer on there? Yep. Okay. And let's get these other guys twisted up here. Jeez, this thing just literally gets like one turn, but it's on the bearing, so. Okay, so you're moving to, oh, you just popped out on me, you little bastard. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll back these other guys up. And you, that screw is definitely too short. I mean by there's always something with this. Yeah, it's touching the heatsink. Yep. Molly, shoot. I don't care what E3D says. Molly, you are just in the effing way. Duct tape. Alright. I don't know why. I would certainly like to find a slightly longer screw than this one because it just does not how to play nice. I literally have everything else undone. Yep. Go! Go, 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 go. Out, out, out. When she's in trouble, she wants to kiss up and be in my lap and apologize. Okay, so this one screw is giving me a tremendous amount of trouble to the point where it wants to pop out. just don't get why this is being such a problem. Everything else on this assembly is working perfect, but this one screw just doesn't want to play nice. And I'm trying to make sure that the others are all the way out, yep. Because I don't want to keep putting this thing back and forth together. And I don't feel it threading in there. Oh, I just had this all lined up. Trying to work nicely here. Son of a biscuit. Take them all out. Let's find out why you're not lining up. Quote Robin Hood, I am not a merry man. I'm not liking that I gotta keep taking this apart. I'm literally wobbling the whole thing here to try to figure out why this one thing is holding me up. It is not threading. Yep, the motor shaft is just, I'm having a bugger of a time lining up this one screw into that stepper motor. Motor shaft is on there. Yep, you're there. Oh, I'm tired of being stuck at these impasses, man. See, the first time it just snapped right in there and life was awesome. But this time, you're just being a complete bugger. Let's see here. Yeah, let's check the obvious here. Yeah, there's my washer. Yeah. Alright, let's take some crap apart here real quick. Make sure there's nothing in the way. Just threading into that stepper screw hole real quick, making sure there's no debris in there. And let's back you out. All I can think of, there was junk or Loctite in there, but all right. Keep saying all right. Sorry. One more time with enthusiasm. Okay. Let's got you. Let's put you in here. But EZABL keeps wanting to follow from the way. Let's get you in here. Spring, set screw. Oh, we heard a snap. Okay, that sounds promising. We like it when things snap into place, as long as it's not snapping, breaking. Alright, the screw has been cleaned. And you're still not grabbing anything. Jeez. Why? Yeah, I'm just spinning and spinning and spinning. I mean, technically it'll work, but good grief. That's always a frustration when these things are multiple layers like this. And come on. Well, it's not the length of the screw. The problem is just trying to feed it into the hole of the stepper motor down below. Okay, that one has it. So I'm hoping that, you know, these other ones, at least threading into it, it will at least align things. So let me try these other guys here. Let me see if that brings things into alignment a little bit better. Okay. Do you have your set screw? Yep. Geez, it's just bouncing all over it. I don't know if I'll return to the Hulk on this thing. Alright. Bigger hammer. Yeah, I wish. I just don't get why that is not hitting the sweet spot. Let me get my teeny tiny Allen wrench. If I can't find, yeah, see, it's it's right there. It's hitting where it's supposed to go. So we're definitely lined up. I just don't know if the top of that stepper motor is something's foobar or what. Let me take the lock washer out. See if that gives us the extra depth this thing needs. Yeah, there it is. It was the friggin' lock washer. Alright, well fine, we'll go without a lock washer. That's what it takes. For the love of God, I want to get this thing mounted up. Alright, now let's tighten these other guys up. Yeah, who knew? The lock washer made it too tall. Now, let's see, where's my spacer? Here you are. Okay, so there you are. Yeah, that's really effing close. What about a pancake stepper? What about one? Something else I gotta order? The one that we ordered for the TiVo hasn't arrived yet, if that's maybe what you were thinking. Okay, let's tighten that up. Okay, well it's definitely within 1 millimeter and then maybe a little bit more, so this is okay. Alright, fan. Oh, I do have it on the pancake, yeah, like it's the spare that I have for the FT5. We could use that, but I think we're going to be okay. Let's see, let's get this crap mounted back up. Not going too tight because we don't want to put too much force on that fan against there. Alright, let's take a break for a second and see what the chat buffer has to say. We've all survived that. Let's see. Alright, so let me get rid of some of this stuff. Actually, let's swap cameras for a second. Okay, yeah, fun to do without my glasses, but if you're just tuning in, my name is Paul. Welcome to Where Nerdy is Cool, and this is the Titan Aero, and it has the EZABL probe here on the side, and it's been a little bit finicky here getting this all set up. I think we're going to be okay. Haha. So the next step is going to be we need to attach the fan bracket part here. We got to get the nuts and everything else lined up so this can go on. Then we can work on getting the wiring established. So yeah, so I think what we'll do is we'll attach the bottom parts. This way the top will have some flexibility to get the blower fan in there. Hello, Ben. So there we go. Let's get to the other camera here. So on the very bottom here, there are some openings where the nuts are going to go. Boy, this is fun to do with all these wires everywhere. So let's see. I've got one right here. Let's see if I can line you up. It's going to take a little bit of clever. There we go. So, and the other one, I need to put that one in there now because I will never get it ever again otherwise. And let's see, let's make sure this is a 3. We have a bunch over here. Actually, I got a bunch sitting loose over here too, so let's start there first. A lot of these guys are nylon insert. Definitely don't want that. Nope, all of these are nylon insert. Blah! Sure as hell don't want that. And okay, the only catch is these guys are raised and they're not going to fit. They need to be flat. So I'll go to my other toolbox. Okay. Good, good. Alright, this one has to be super thin. And I think it's in there. Theodore, for the love of all things holy. Get a cat, they said. It'll be fun. Alright, let's get this guy in here. Theodore, you are like into everything tonight. Man, these little monsters slept all day and they have just been imbeciles all evening. Okay, I think that's going to seat in there. Yeehaw. Okay, so that bottom duct is in. So now I need to juggle the camera around for a moment. Because now we're at the point where we gotta get stuff back in here. This guy. What special sauce did this take to get this guy in here, as I recall? Oh no, don't make cracking sounds. There we go. Okay. So now I can go in there for another feed, or my god. Oh, these little minions. Alright, move the camera so we can somewhat see what I'm battling here. So, got this guy here. Okay, this is kind of, should line up pretty well. And so that is on there. Alright, do I do more wiring or do I mount it on the carriage first? I should probably get these zip ties going. Alright, I got a bunch of these Home Depot zip ties here. I think I got the right sizes. We shall see. And didn't go to Harbor Freight. I paid the big bucks for the Lowe's versions of these zips. So hopefully. So we're gonna need what, at least 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right, am I feeding these from the top? Does it matter? That went through pretty well. Does not matter. Okay, good. Well, that one's not going anywhere. All right, we'll try the next one then. That went in nice. Okay. Why is that one not going in? maybe there's some junk in the way. Let's try it again. I'd like to have them all go the same way, but if it doesn't want to go, it doesn't want to go. Oh, I just pushed out some crap. There we go. I was like, come on. And I think this one goes from the outside. That feels like it went somewhere else. Yep. Crap. That one's being difficult. There it is. Alrighty. Well, hoorah! I am going to sell it right with a cracker. Haha. Okay, well, good news. The cats have left me. I love my pets, but my goodness gracious. Only a pet knows how to drive you crazy at the exact right point, you know? Okay, so these zip ties are on. I'm going to make sure I'm not pinching any wires here before I attach this guy. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Hopefully that'll show up as a somewhat HD picture here for a moment. Okay, now the fun. Let's, I'm not going to mess with any belt stuff right yet. I just want to clear my surroundings here a little bit. Okay, so this. Let's make sure everything's out of the way here. So all of this stuff, it doesn't quite snap on, but it looks good. All right, so let's get the outside edges here. One or two of these on here. Make sure the belt is out of the way. Yep, it is. Hopefully you guys can see this on cam okay. That's in there. Okay, I'll use the pliers to make these guys tight, but right now we're just trying to get a general feel. The tower's a little bit in the way, but I'm just using my fingernail here to tighten these fellers up. Okay, let me see. Can you guys see that on the camera okay? Oop, tripod's a little too big. Let me rearrange the light here real quick, so maybe that will help that out a little bit here. Probably getting some So there she is. Then what I can do is I can kind of tug on these fellers to get that extra tick or two. That tower is a little tricky to get behind, but okay. And okay. All right. With any luck, you guys can see that. Watching the delay. I'm sorry. I didn't even think of that with the other monitor. My apologies for that. That is probably a little annoying, isn't it? So there we go. We have all kinds of stuff that should probably get put on a wiring harness or something, but I got cables everywhere here. Okay, so I do not have 2 tickets of paradise. Alright, so I'm just trying to get stuff out of the way. This, you know, you made this tower here, that's good. I also have to secure the top of this before I get too crazy here. That's that one. And where does that slide in from? Slides in from the front, okay. So what do you think? It's looking pretty decent. It's looking exactly the way it did last Friday. Until we had that unfortunate failure. Boy, that was that was heart-wrenching. All the M3s I have a raised surface. So if I didn't share with you guys already, some good news. How many people do we have watching? Wow, 13. We do have a FT6 ordered, and that is going to be on the way, I'm told, in a week or two. So there will be another printer build going on. And that printer is huge. Where I'm going to put this one, I have absolutely no idea, but hey, it's another 3D printer. It'll be fun. Fun for the whole family to watch. Alright, just trying to get this guy to slide where I need him. And I think you're in there now. Oops, too small. Boy, this is tough to get at. Okay, it's threading now. Here we go. And here we go with all the fun. Okay, well the one thing we know for certain is there's our stepper. And there we go. I was almost wondering if I should have plugged that in here before all the rest of the stuff here. I wonder if I can use one of these bigger, yeah, I can. So Keith, I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but I can certainly wrap the bigger sized one over here for all these cables. But you know what, before we do anything permanent, let's do this. Before we get too carried away, let's just use that big old twist tie. Not exactly fancy, but everything is at least up out of the way a little bit. And I had a small screwdriver for this. I'm hoping you guys can see this okay, because I am not facing the screen, so if you are talking about me behind my back and mocking me, that's cool too. Okay. This is where it gets a little fun. Trying to get these. And I don't have the other computer running, so I don't have to worry about running out of amperage on the circuit like I did the other night. Oh, that was funny. Nothing would power up. Okay, now these are the thermoresistors, so polarity does not make one bit of difference. Just happens to be which wire is which right here. So the nice thing I'll say about this is that these were all, you know, this quick connect right here made it easy for us to plug. Oh, that came out. Quickly change things over. And if this was all soldered together, it would be much more of an adventure. Oh, come on, you. Alright, we're in there good. Alright, we'll definitely want to secure that up a little bit higher. And these fun guys. All right, let me see what the chat buffer has to say. Okay, nope, just checking the buffer to see if I've missed anything from you guys, so good. Alright, and obviously we have a fair amount of slack with these wires, so we'll definitely want to do something to tighten all this up. But we can do that once we have things working. One. I wish there was a... Well, I suppose I could put Molex connectors on this, but that'd be probably overkill. These screw-on type connectors aren't my favorite. It's hard to get them in there just the way I want them, but there we go. Okay, so these guys are up. So what I can do is I can use the excess cable I have here. Again, we're not really going for looks at this point, but here we go. Wires are out of the way at any rate. Okay, I guess we're done with this. Yeah, it's just as you said, I guess we're done with that. The next bit of fun, I guess, is going to be these wires out of the way for the moment. We're going to have to secure them. We're going to have to, you know, add more twist ties here to get them on this. I might have something else, but anyway, let's see. I got the. I'm not going to trim these up top, but this down here, I'm going to shorten you up. All right. More twist ties. What did I do with the black ones? Black ones are right here. All right, let's see what the situation is with our belts. Now the belts, right now we're in a bad spot, so let's unravel you. Okay, you're supposed to be under here. Okay. So oh, Theodore, you are really not helping me out tonight. Okay, so I'm hoping I didn't make my belts too short here, but let's see. The zip ties are right smack in the way. Okay, why is this not fitting? Get in there, you little bugger. Okay. So my thought is that one goes like so. All right, how's my belt looking? Okay, because I'm pretty sure I want to be right here, and I want to put a zip tie around right there. Boy, I wish I had some extra hands. So let me at least get this started. Top angle belt. All right. So you are in. Boy, that bottom belt's going to be, I don't want to say almost rubbing. I don't want to hex myself. Let's just, let's stay positive. I'm going to move this. There. We'll put those guys down there. I'm hoping you guys can see what I'm attempting to do here. Oops. All right. Trying to get this guy to fit. Sorry, you're only seeing the back of my hand here at the moment. Okay, why can't I push you in there? Alright. Turn the cables from the way here, the camera. Alright, so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying desperately to push this cable into the channel, just like I did the other one, but it's not really wanting to. Theodore. Oh, maybe I got a breakthrough here. No. Oh God, we're a few belts or if you too short. I got you in there, but here you go, buddy. You're in the way. Theodore, get the F away. What am I doing wrong here? Well, first of all, my belt's going to be too short. Yeah, so that's my thought. Yeah, I'm wondering if my belt's too short, or if it doesn't wrap around, you think it's going to be all right. So. I don't know, man. I'm not sure what to think of that. What do you guys think? Because ideally, it would come out the other side to be tightened. Starting to wonder if I need to take out another belt. What should I do here? Yeah, these X-axis ends would mean a complete removal of the others. It's bad enough that you already want me to take apart the power supply and the rear legs. That would be awful. Yeah, I can get to 3 of the screws for that power supply one, but alright, so this bothers me a little bit because I don't know. There's 2 things. These the belt's making contact over here by not coming all the way through. So I'm wondering if I should dig out the other belt. Yeah. And I think the belts I have now aren't long enough. Yeah, because I'm just looking at this and yeah, see, I don't like that making contact with that. See the other thing that bothers, see this is touching over here. did we do it before? How did we do this belt before? So the other one, just trying to wrap my mind around how this belt should be. Let me think for a second here. How did we do this? Let me see. Trying to recall how this all wrapped around last time. So, what are we doing differently here? Let's see. Yeah, so they were just secured by the teeth as well. So my belt isn't too short after all. Okay. So that's a little sanity check that I needed. So maybe if I remove this dude. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push them into the top teeth there. Come on, get where you're supposed to go. How does this look, guys? And then we get this guy out of the way like that. I think that's the gist of what we want. I just had to wrap my mind around where everything is supposed to go. Oh my God, Theodore, what you did to that litter box is just criminal. Ugh. Okay guys, how's that look? Just trying to make sure this is all snugged up and out of the way as possible here. No, I think I got that one wrong. You know, I'm starting to think that maybe just shortening the belt is the way to go on this. Okay, that's way off the bed, so it'll, with any luck, it'll never go that far. Holy crap, guys. Okay, is that belt's rubbing a little bit against the other belt. So I gotta redo Another. I think that's as high as I can. All right, if it's rubbing, it's not rubbing by much. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. All right, guys, I'm back. If you guys forgot about me, let's see. Now we need to do something about. What I can think of. We'd be trying to. Yeah, it's too thick. I don't think it would fit all this stuff in there. Nope. So that's stuff out. So I guess the theme of the evening is how many more twist ties can we put on something? And all right. Trying to make this look pretty. Trying to figure out how I'm going to run some of this wiring down the channel here. Well, maybe that'll work. So what I've been doing is I've just added a couple twist ties, and then along the back here, this is our 12-volt fan, and I got a couple little 3D printed clips that are running that into the MKS, and this the wiring that everyone is very fond of. So there is that. Oops, I got all kinds of stuff popping on my phone. So, there we go. Diecast really pretty. I'm just catching up on what you guys have been saying here. I'm hoping you've said a few nice things about me along here. So that beautiful hot end is there. Oh, you know what? I need to place this on here too. I don't remember how centered up that all was, but I'll just throw it on there and call it good. There. And oh, those are good old Office Depot clips. Nothing fancy there at all. Now this is the part I was not looking forward to. This is the part where we have the connector. Okay, I currently have one stuck in there apparently. So the thing I had to do, and I was talking to Keith about this, and he was kind of laughing at my expense. The cables, oops, this is the old hot end, let's get that out of here. The cables that come with the FolgerTech, the connector on the other end was a 4-pin, which was not going to work for us. So what we have, and I'm hoping the focus will play nice, we have, come on focus, play nice for me. We have the red, black, and blue. And on the replacement cable I have, it is wired completely the opposite. So I am going to have to undo this guy on both ends to have it match. Because of the way that pinout is done. Oh, really? Oh, if they match end to end? Oh, well, son of a bitch. That's right. Who cares? Alright. I like the sound of that. So, let me look at my FolgerTech electronics here. And I need to look over here and remember what is what. And so, pretty sure that is Z. Okay, so the first one is not in use, the second one. This is not in use, this one is, okay, so it's every other one. Don't cut the blue wire. Run away. Ah, yes, yep. Now, the other thing is, I want to say they give a better graphic in here. Yep, there they are. Okay. Oh, look at this. Okay, so we want, so we're using Z negative, I believe. Let's double check though. They do a good job with their documentation. Yep, there it is. So we're not using the first connector, we're using the second one. All right. And that jives. And inside of Timco, we have his connector. Okay. Now the other thing is there is a power supply for his. Since we're using, I got wires everywhere. This is just a red hot mess. Okay, so the wires will fit through that, fit through this. I think I got it upside down. Yeah, I do. I am not fond of this cover. Yeah, he doesn't give a lot of room for those 3 wires. You know what? I'm going to leave the cover off. It's not worth killing these wires over this cheap case. And alright, it's been plugged in, but I don't see any power. It may not until the probe has been set up, and we'll have to check out his documentation for that. Let's see. I need to get this thing moved around so I can see it. Okay, so let's get a power cord on this thing and let's see if the damn thing boots. And then we want to see the readouts. The big test will be, is the 12 volt fan, I'm sorry, is the 24 volt fan running on the Aero, because that should be running at all times. The probe should have, the probe should work. It's not set up yet, but I'm not seeing any juice when I plug this thing in. Yeah, nothing lit up. But my other ones are the same story, so I haven't seen those guys light up. Let's get the power cord. I have other cords if I need to. Boy, this cord goes in very I don't like it. Let's see here. And okay, the good news is I hear the fan running. I got no display. Checking connections right now. I don't know if we're over on our voltage over here, but let's power you off and on again. All right. Okay. So what have I screwed up? Why display. You know, my power strip might be too full. I might have to relocate this. That, or let's so what's interesting is I have the fans running, but why is the LCD not? I just wonder if I am out of juice. So that's okay. And my power switch is again acting up. Theodore, you are a pain in my rear end. Alright, option number 2. Pretty bad when the old nerd cave is out of juice. Alright, let's see. Because the laptop's not using that much. Okay. Yeah, you guys get some good points that you're making right there. The one thing I can do okay. The printers aren't in use, so I can grab from this power. Okay. So that's this. Yeah, I wish I had another extension cord for you. Oh, good. Okay, let's, I don't like how short this cable is here. So before I try anything else, I'm out of extension cord, so I'm stuck daisy chaining these surge suppressors that only have a 4-foot cord. And something go right for me tonight. And I still got no LCD. After all that work. So I'm stuck wondering, did I pinch a cable or what's up? Yeah, I might have to move it back to its original location. Alright, we shall do that then. Alright. Yeah. And the switch doesn't work. Damn it. Because they shouldn't send me a cheap switch. A brief pause while I relocate this printer to its old spot on its own circuit. Okay, where's all the wires? Good. Almost all moved. Alright, let's see what happens. Okay, we still have no display. Well, well, well. Let me, do. Hey, nice view of the trash can. And let's, Voila. All right, so there it is. I'm a little stumped here of all the things I expected to go wrong. I did not expect the LCD to give us trouble. So let me snap you off. I don't have any lights coming from this guy. What's interesting is the fact that I'm getting that guy's running. Is there anything loose back here? No, 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 no. Okay, all these connections are good. Okay. All of these are in. Yeah, all the LCDs are in. I don't see any wires that are unplugged that should be plugged or stuff like that. Well, the EZABL is plugged in, and I'm not seeing any light coming off that either. I would kind of expect to see something from that at least. I can do a quick check of that by no, I guess it doesn't necessarily light up because I currently have his EZABL plugged into my CR10, and that's not lit up. So I guess that only works when the probe is active. Huh. And the cats are back. Son of a bitch. So I just don't know. I was pretty excited about that thing up and going. Let's see, let me unplug the EZABL. Yeah, all right, sure. Yeah, I'll try that. Let's see if that does anything. That's the only thing we've done electrically. All right. Nope. No Drew there. But yeah, there's no breaks in the wire. They're all connected. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Why, oh why, oh why? Let's see, you guys are all reading. Power supply has a green light. Let's see, I'll go back and check your comments here in a section, but in a moment here. Okay. All right, let's see your comments real quick. Get RC to look at it. Yeah, exactly. My audio is mega low. Yeah, my audio is mega low because the microphone is on the other table. Sorry about that. Yeah, I just haven't got a clue what this thing is doing. Outside of putting the meter on these sorry, my volume is low. I'm across the room here. I'm getting 24 there. 24 there. Do I have a dead board? I got power. Son of a bitch. Son of a gun. Yeah, I was just checking the top power leads, and I just took the meter out to test it. So it's interesting because unless my board went wonky, I got no idea. Let's look under here. Well, that's disappointing. I was hoping things were gonna impress me. Sorry as I walk in front of the camera, I just took the multi-tester to the board, and it's got power. The fan on the hot end of the Titan Aero is running, so the board is generating power. I am not sure what else to check here. The LCD only plugs in by those cables, and those cables have not been moved. Now the other thing that's interesting, the SD card slot on that LCD doesn't work. So that LCD does have a issue there. Well, yeah, that would be the other thing. Yeah, get a LCD or USB cable on that thing. Do I have a long cable to the laptop? Well, I do. The problem is getting the laptop all the way to that. Yeah, time for a field trip. Crap. Well, let me get back over here. So what I'm gonna have to do is, due to the distance, I will have to end the video because I have an external monitor and 3 USB plugs going into the camera from the Canon rather into here to make this work. So man. Yeah, I'd love to blame the cats on this one. Yeah, I just don't understand why that thing's not working at all. I'm pretty sure if I plug in with Simplify 3D and connect to it, you know, I should see the sensor readings and what have you. So, because otherwise the board's not going to show any life regard. I mean, the fact that the board is sending the Titan Aero power to the 12 volt fan, I'm sorry, the 24 volt fan, that's up and running. But yeah, so the real test would be to have the laptop connected to that USB cord and see what it's reading. And currently the USB extension cord Yes, the Titan Aero fan is direct wired. It's controlled by the board. Okay, so that's always on with the extruder. So it's got power. The 5015 blower fan is not on. That will only come on when commanded by the board. So yeah, so let's rethink that again. So the Titan Aero power fan is direct wire, yes, because the other one was too. So we may have a dead board, but the board does have voltage going into it. I read the input connectors. Hi, Dave. So, so the question remains: is somehow did our board fail through all of this? I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't have a replacement board. I have an MKS Lite, which is for the TiVo Tornado. I could order a replacement from FolgerTech, but again, the big thing's going to be to hook up the USB cable, and I'm 30 feet across the room, so that's not going to work. If I have to replace the board, then that would make a good case for your fan enclosure that you've been working on. So guys, I'm going to end the video here. We got it connected and plugged in, but we're having problems with the board now. So I don't know what's up. Maybe the power's zapped it. I got no idea. But power supply seems good, but no joy from the board. So, oh well. Have a good night, everybody. Keith and I are going to debug this a little bit and call it a night.